Good evening, folks, and welcome in. It's round number 5 of the Tasman Racing League Oval Series. My name is once again John Wright, aka Double O Raven, back to bring you all of the action from today's round. And oh yes, there will be action. It's Iowa Speedway, the track that does not know what a flat level driving surface is. 1.4 kilometres long, or 0.8 miles for the, like myself, less educated amongst us that still deal in miles. This is a short, sharp shock to the system. As you can see from the track map there on screen, not much giveaway for the drivers as they make their way barrelling around this circuit. 12 brave pilots we have for this evening's race. Looking to bring home more points will of course be our season leader, Mr. Lewis Buhagiar. That didn't work as smoothly as I thought. There we go. He's got a 306 point tally so far. Caveat, these do already include the drop round, so it's 3 rounds worth of scores that we've got so far. Buhagiar on 306 points, a 63 point gap he's got already over Matthew Serrell. Nicholas Heath in third place on 234, so only 9 points separates second and third. Dylan De Bono has only been here for a couple of races, but when he has scored well. 190 points he's got under his belt so far, with an 8 point gap over Drew Collins in 5th. Sanders Hutchins, Tilly Llewellyn and Lucas Blake rounding out the top 10. Hutchins, Justin Johnson, Noden and Collins all scoring points, as well as Patterson, Colvin, Blake, Horn and O'Sullivan. A few other drivers on there as well. As you can see, quite a few drivers have been in and out of the series. Scoring points, we've got, as I say, 12 drivers for tonight. Not too bad, considering that Bathurst is on this weekend. Quite a few of the drivers making their way for the festivities to the mountain that bites. But I can assure you, this track is just as difficult on a good day. Never mind a bad one. It looks like a good day out there at the moment. Decent track temperature that the drivers have got. They're out in quali at the moment. It's a 10-minute lone qualifying session, so no slipstream. But yeah, maybe not a bad thing around this course, because when we get out there and have a look, we will see just how banked this track is all the way around. It really is an interesting little run. We are likely to see quite a few yellow flags, as well as, unfortunately, quite a few pit lane violations as well. It's a tricky little entrance that the drivers have to contend with. And no one out on track to give us a preview at the moment. They're all in the pits getting on fresh tyres. But as I say, lone quali for the 10 minutes around the 1.4 kilometre track at the moment. It is Buhagiar who's got himself the narrowest of leads. Well, of course, we're fast approaching the halfway mark of the season. Let me just see if we can't get the calendar up. There we go. Of course, Daytona, Charlotte, Iowa, Indianapolis. My apologies. We seem to have my apologies. We do seem to have the old calendar there. Let me just see. Oh yeah, can't rectify that now, just now. Apologies. So we've had Daytona, Charlotte, Indianapolis and North Wilkesboro last time out. 125 laps. Buhagiar ran away with that one in the early stages. We've got the Nordschleife next time out for the mid-season classic. Going to be all kinds of fun in these cars. Then we're off to Talladega, the super speedway of super speedways. 60 laps will be taking part there. And then it is the NASCAR Chicago Street Race, the 2023 Cup course. That is going to be just as interesting as the Nordslife, I would hasten to add. Martinsville on 11th of March, Echo Park on the 18th, and we round the season off at Michigan International Speedway. That's going to be an 80 lapper. So make sure you get tuned in for the rest of the season. There's going to be some barn burn. But of course, we need to get through today's race first of all. Who's going to be joining us in the commentary box at the end for the interviews? We will find out in a few laps' time. So yeah, we will see who we get in. Bihajar, as I say, he is out there, and at the moment he is topping the timing towers. So he's looking to start from pole position if he can. It doesn't really matter where you start in this one, of course. It's all about where you finish. And this is a tricky course. In fact, let's get a little sneak peek. Oh, no, we won't. Yeah, let's get ourselves a little sneak peek of what the drivers are going to be dealing with when they're out there today. There we go, we'll jump on board with one of our qualifying combatants. Here he goes across the start-finish line, as I mentioned. Very little of this track is actually level. It is just a straight-up bowl, banking pretty much all the way around. You come over this hump, the car does a dip. You got this tiny bit of flat tarmac, and then we're back into the banking again and all the way around. And speaking of all the way around, round we go. And this is just in qualifying with no one else out on track. That is how difficult this course is. Do not be fooled, folks. NASCAR is no easy discipline. It is, in my opinion, the most difficult discipline there is out there. And the drivers are going to be putting it absolutely to the test this evening. We've only got a minute left to qualify, and I think everyone is just about done. Blake, ooh, he snuck himself into a good position. We'll see what he can do for the race. Not been the best season for Lucas so far. One of the championship favourites at the start of the season, given his performances in Season 1. Season 2 really hasn't gone his way so far, but he is fighting back here in round number 5. As I say, he's currently got himself up onto 3rd position. And I think that is them all done with qualifying. Yeah, everyone is in the pit, so we'll get the quality results up in a moment, and then we are off and racing. Remember, more racing coming from Tasman. Tomorrow we've got the continuation of the Road Series. Will be myself and the legend that is Ewan O'Leary bringing coverage of that one, so make sure you get tuned in to that. And thank you to everyone that's been helping on TrackSpotTV with the subscribes and the likes on the channel. If you are watching, please do hit that subscribe button. It goes massively towards helping grow the channel and getting more eyes on the action that we are bringing from Tasman especially. Never a dull moment with these races, you can absolutely believe it. And it does look like we have got ourselves a starting grid, and it is championship leader Lewis Bihajar that has taken the top spot. He is looking to run away with this one from the start of it. He's joined on the front row by Matthew Searle. Of course, Searle started in pole position last week. He got bogged down at the start. It caused a bit of a three-way stramash. And ended up really shaking up the order for a few of the drivers. Lucas Blake looking to fight back after a poor start to the season in 3rd. Nicholas Heath in 4th. Tilly in 5th, with Damien Coates in 6th position. Daniel Hutchins and Jason Hutchins lock out row number 4, with Sanders and Stern on row 5 in 9th and 10th place. In 11th we've got Ryan Llewellyn. Dylan De Bono starting down in 12th place. And Brendan Johnson is going to start in 13th position. The cars are gridding up, so we'll get ourselves over there. Oops, to see the start of the race. They'll do one lap behind the safety car as always. It is always a nice rolling start for the drivers, which should make it that little touch easier into turn 1. We'll see just how much easier, if at all. Let me move this And this. If anyone is in the chat, give us a hello. Let us know who you are cheering on. Are you just here for the racing action, or is there a specific driver whose efforts you will be cheering on? Yeah, of course, we will have some extended coverage of car number 8. He had a good livery last week. He's got another absolute cracker this week. That is, of course, Rob Tilley. The prodigy. What a band. I've followed him since I was a little boy. Yes, they've been on the go that long. The face on the front of the car, of course, that is the front of the Music for the Jilted Generation album. The ant on the side, that logo appearing on many of my t-shirts and hats, I can assure you. What a band they are. So yeah, gratuitous camera time for Rob Tilley. He's a winner, an absolute winner with the livery that he's got this week. So I will be cheering him on completely unbiasedly all the way. There is Buhagiar. Can anyone stop him down? Or is he going to selfishly just win every race this season? He's done 3 from 4 so far, and he's starting this one on pole position. He's plugged the holes in the petrol tank from season number 1. He's fired the Ferrari engineers and got himself some actual fuel calculations underneath the hood of his car. And he is doing some phenomenal work this season. One driver... De Bono's still in the pits. Okay, I was about to say, yeah, Dylan De Bono, one of the quickest drivers on the track, starting at the back of the field. It looks like he's going to be starting from the pits. That is an interesting one. And there we go, the safety car is in, it's the green lights and the engines absolutely roar across the finish line. Start-finish line, they stay in 2x2, and I tell you what, Lucas Blake having to go defensive early against Nicholas Heath. The top 4 go straight into single file, the cars behind all looking to do some side-by-side action as Rob Tilley finds himself under pressure from the Hutchins brothers. Oh, they're looking to flank him 3 wide, and it's a nice move by Daniel down on that side. Oh, and he's lost the back of it. Daniel Hutchins has lost the back of that car. He's going to tumble down the order. Oh, and he's clipped the pit entrance. I did say it was a tricky pit entrance, and that includes just trying to drive past it on the opening lap, it seems. But that's Hutchins had a crash. That's put him down at the back of the field. Dylan De Bono is not out of the pits. Let's have a look at the running order. It is Buhagiar from Serral, from Blake, from Heath. I got someone cheering on Tilley in the chat, Dave Carney. Yep, absolutely incredible livery he's got, so gratuitous camera time for Rob up at the front of the field. Or smack bang in the middle, Daniel Hutchins. No yellow flag triggered by Hutchins' crash. He's rejoined the field with a bit of damage. He is dropped right off. Let me see. Oh, and just as I say that, we do indeed get ourselves a yellow flag. It's Ryan Llewellyn. Well, there we go. The last I'm not going to lie, the lasted a lap or two longer than I thought they would. But that is Ryan Llewellyn just hurt himself a bit of a dent. That has triggered a yellow flag. Let's have a look and see. It's Rob Tilley that he's beside here. Looking to get his camera up the inside, and the back of the car just says no thank you. And he is, oh, he's a rolling roadblock in the middle, a stationary roadblock in the middle of the track. So an early pit stop for some of the drivers, you would guess. NASCAR drivers do like to take every chance to make their way into the pits, and we'll see. I think Matthew Serral. Ooh, now Matthew Serral's thrown the dice again. It almost worked out for him last week after a bit of a ropey start, but there is Matthew Serral in the pits, and he is the only driver to do so. The only driver to do so. As Jay Stern comes past Jason Hutchins, this is going to look Daniel Hutchins. Ooh, now, there, I was about to say, this is going to let Daniel Hutchins come in and get any damage repaired, but he stayed out. So, despite the dent early doors, it looks like Daniel Hutchins, Black Sheep of Racing, has decided to stay out. Matthew Serrell in 12th. Yeah, Dylan DeBono is still showing on the standings, but not showing on track, so I don't think he started the race. He set a time in quali, but isn't joining us for the race, it seems. Everything 5x5 on there, excellent. So, an early yellow flag. I did expect to see one this early. I know we're only 6 laps in, but as you can see, the nature of this course, it really does keep the drivers absolutely on their toes. And Behadger now leading the field. Behind the safety car, Lucas Blake, the two LBs once again battling it out at the top of the field. Two of the hot favourites, let's face it, two of the hot favourites for the championship. And they've got their way into first and second. Blake starting in third place. He's got himself ahead of Heath and Coates. And of course, and Matthew Serrell, with that pit stop, that drops him down to 12th position and dead last. So we'll see when they get up and running again. Plenty of laps for the drivers for today, but they do pass very quickly indeed. As you can see, that's 7 laps done already, 2 of them under the pace car. We've got 113 to go. And with the times that they've been setting, they will very quickly fly by. I'm slightly surprised we did not see more cars coming at the pits there, if I'm being honest. Matthew Serrell being the only driver that elected to come in. So he is going to have some nice fresh boots on that car. They're going to be 6 laps fresher than anyone else's, so he could get himself a good jump. He's going to need to get himself a good jump. He definitely doesn't want to get himself caught up in the pack. We saw the battle going on between Stern, Hutchins and Sanders just before that safety car as well. And of course, Rob Tilley, any excuse to get the prodigy on screen, was running quite well as well. Here comes the safety car. Here comes a green flag very shortly. And there we go. No overtaking on that inside. He's going to have to be careful in that Supra on the left-hand side. Nicholas Heath almost picking up a penalty. He had to lift massively there. If he'd have overtaken Lucas Blake on the inside, that would have been a pit. And it's an instant yellow flag. Michael Sanders, Daniel Hutchins has crashed. Let's have a look and see what's happened here. So straight off the start. Oh, big contact. Oh my goodness me, that is a big hit on the wall. 3 cars completely taken out of the equation there. And Colonel Sanders, that's not quite his finger looking good as his chicken, I can assure you. That is a whole lot of smoke coming out the back. He's maybe doing barbecue ribs today. But that is a big dent into the wall, and that is a lot of smoke coming out the back of the car. But Daniel Hutchins involved in that one as well. As you can see, the 3 cars up on the high line, just not quite carrying enough pace. And Matthew Serrell, I did say, after coming out the pits, he needed a good breakaway, and that's not the one that he got. It says that Lucas Blake has had a crash under safety car. Let's just confirm we're on a replay here. Oh! Oh, and is that Behadger? I think that's Behadger. Let's have a look at this. Let's see. Lewis Behadger's car. What's going on? Oh, the 555 has just moved back across the track. That's Daniel Hutchins, who was a lap down. And under safety car, we've had a massive accident, and our championship lead. Absolutely no choice but to come into the pit. Look at that front bonnet flapping. Can assure you folks, that is not aerodynamically sound. That is not some kind of cheat code or hack that Lewis is using. That is a whole lot of damage that he is going to have to get repaired, and that throws... Wow, that throws everything everywhere. Let me just gather my thoughts here. Blake was almost involved in that incident as well. He now leads the way from Heath and Coates. Daniel Hutchins a lap down after taking that rear end contact. Behadjar back out of the pits. Championship leader is going to have to do championship winning type of things if he's going to get his way back onto the podium. Quick trip into the pits he's had there. That is wild. That's how difficult this course is. We can even have crashes under safety car. So they're going to get put back into order. Hutchins should get himself a lucky dog to get back onto the lead lap, which, yeah, certainly good news for him. Oh no, now my apologies, he won't get the lucky dog. Oh, now will he? You'll only get the lucky dog if you're not involved in the yellow flag. He was involved in an incident under yellow flag, so he may not get resettled on the lead lap. And yes, they do make the car go round and rejoin. Make sure the tyre wear evens out ever so slightly. There's Matthew Searle, who pitted early on the first safety car. He finds himself back out in 8th position, so he did make up a couple of spots there. Michael Sanders he's going very slowly like the rest of the cars past. So he is going to be a lap down as well. Lucas Blake. There's a phrase that an Australian streamer I used to work with used. I can't use it at the moment, but he's certainly been kissed someplace. And he has been given the lead of the race with Nicholas Heath in second. Rob Tilley up onto the front 2 rows. And there we go, there's the green flag already. Oh, and Matthew Searle. Oh, and he's ended up blocking off Lewis Behadjar. The two of them went for the same spot, and obviously 2 into 1 does not go in NASCAR terms. Lucas Blake runs off with the lead. Heath in second, Coates in third, and there's a bit of swapping and changing going on as Behadjar instantly goes past his teammate Tilley. Pools in front of him very nicely indeed. He's got a good run on Jay Stern as well. Is he going to make this one stick up the inside early doors? No, he's not. He's going to have to keep his powder dry ever so slightly. Almost sends himself into the outside wall as Jay Stern is defending that position. Oh, it's going to be very close between those two. Behadjar now at 5th position, Searle in 6th, Tilley in lucky number 7, but luckiest of all it is Lucas Blake. Look at the gap. He's managed to open himself up already over Nicholas Heath. Right Rear Racing occupying all 3 podium spots at the moment, but that is Jay Stern who's just taken one of them. That is for Valhalla Racing, looking to quell the dominance of the right rear team up on the podium at the moment. And here comes Lewis Behadjar. He's got that inside line, he's got the fresher tyres, and he does look like he's got the bit between his teeth. He's tried to get past Stern already since we went green once again. Let me get us back to green flag racing. There we go, and it is looking very close between the two of them. Behadjar definitely looking the quicker of the two. It's going to be some defensive work from Jay if he's going to fend him off. It's not going to be for too much longer. There we go. The fresher tyres working an absolute dream for Behadjar, getting him back up into 3rd place and right on the rear bumper. That's not the rear bumper he wants to be chasing though. The other LB in the race, Lucas Blake. Look how close he is to the line. Behadjar, absolute precision driving in that freshly healed car. Takes the inside line, and that is another position. What can Behadjar do now to catch up to Lucas Blake? These 3 are going to have a slipstream advantage over Blake, but Blake himself has got, what is that, a 2 second gap. In fact, yeah, if we do that, that works even better, yeah. So 2 second gap there. Heath, not such a gap for him. Yeah, Heath has got Jay Stern tucked firmly under his rear spoiler, and Rob Tilley. And with the plan and the liveries, hopefully he decides to stick with this livery. I know he likes to chop and change. Yeah, but he has absolute full approval to run this one until the end of the season. He's currently running in 7th place. That's already 19-20 laps we've navigated so far for the drivers. We've had 2 safety cars. It would have theoretically been 3. We had a crash while the safety car was out. A big contact between Daniel Hutchins and Lewis Buhagiar. Hasn't slowed Buhagiar down. He's already within 1.6 seconds of Lucas Blake, and he is clear of the cars behind. So neither Blake nor Buhagiar currently receiving any type of slipstream boost. Rob Tilley, though, is most definitely in the slipstream of Matthew Serrell. Serrell, of course, pitted lap number 6 under the original safety car, so his tyres are that little bit fresher. I don't think anyone's told Tilley that, though. He is hunting, and certainly keeping Serrell well within his grasp here. And in fact, he is closing up very handily indeed. I'm not sure if Serrell is having some kind of issue at the moment, but he's not going as quick as you'd think he would be, given the fresher tyres. Buhagiar is certainly moving. He's found another 10th on that lap from Lucas Blake ahead of him. And Nicholas Heath looks like he might be trying to make a move as well. He's got Jay Stern. Stern, of course, since the restart, losing a couple of positions. It might be another. If Heath can keep this momentum going, he's only a quarter of a second behind. That's how close they are. There is the race leading Lucas Blake. As I've mentioned a couple of times, he's not had the strongest start to the season considering his Season 1 exploits. He's certainly looking to put that right here today. 1.5 seconds of the gap. He's just on a 24.3, which has been absolutely matched. In fact, 6 thousandths quicker. Ooh, Jay Stern and Nicholas Heath going side by side. Stern on the outside. Heath has got the preferred inside line for pace, but you want to be on the outside to save those tyres. Is Stern going to send up the inside? No, he's not for the moment. Coates, Serrell, Tilley and Llewellyn behind him in a 3-way battle as well, as we can see. Keeping one another very close indeed. Buhagiar this time 3/10 quicker than Blake, so the fresher tyres absolutely working in the favour of Buhagiar at the moment. You can see he is munching his way through that gap. And the safety cars, they do throw the strategy clean out the window for most of the drivers. We'll see who can take advantage of these early safety cars with now Ryan Llewellyn looking quick there. Rob Tilley losing a bit of pace. He was closing in on Matthew Serrell. He's now got Ryan Llewellyn absolutely hunting him down. As we jump on board with Tilley, it's actually Llewellyn that we're looking for. Llewellyn, yeah, he's got the inside line and he's gone past, so the fancy camera worked from completely out the window because Llewellyn has got that one done up the inside very quickly indeed. He's now got Matthew Serrell ahead of him. Serrell himself looking to get past Damien Coates if he can. Got a nice close look there, and Buhagiar and Blake are within a second. So we've got a 4-5-way battle here for 4th position. And we've got a 2-way battle for the lead. 8-10 separating the top 2. With Buhagiar once again quicker than Blake on that previous lap. I think he has... no, let's have a look at the best lap times here. Yep, Buhagiar is the man to beat as far as pace goes. 23.771. His quickest lap of the race so far. He's still down at that position. Let's see, Damien Coates, they are keeping it very, very close. And in fact, it looks like, is that Tilley and Serrell? No, sorry, it's Serrell and Llewellyn. So Serrell, one of the drivers that pitted early, he is now all over the back of Ryan Llewellyn. Side by side, up ahead, that is Coates and Stern. Stern's lost a couple of positions since the restart. Bless me, I almost sneezed an eyeball out there. Oh, and dropping positions. Yeah, that is Stern now down to 6th place while all that was going on. And Ryan Llewellyn continues his charge. He's got past Damien Coates as well. No, he's not. Damien Coates says, no, please, I will have that position back. Thank you very much. or will he? He's got the inside line. He's going to be chewing through his tyres, trying to hold that inside and get the position taken. But he is certainly pressing the buttons. So too Bahadur. Although that gap is now steadied to a second, so it did close down to 8/10. It's now balanced itself out there, so Blake may be doing a little touch of tyre saving while he had that gap, now keeping it at a second. Obviously not looking to give away any slipstream if he can. And Matthew Serrell back in the pits. Matthew Serrell is back in the pits. This will be his second pit stop, lap 6 and lap 33. So I'm not sure if he's got something going on there. Let's see if he's steering wheel. Yeah, no, that's the equivalent amount of left hand you would expect as he pulls into his pit box. So Serrell with an empty already in the pits. That's going to put him a lap down. He's going to join Sanders and Hutchins on a lap down. In fact, Sanders goes past, Hutchins goes past. That puts Serrell dead last. Not sure what's going on there. Certainly nothing on the timing tower to reflect any type of incident. So we'll have to see. That's him on his way back out there. You can see as race leading Lucas Blake goes past Bahadur. Now 1.4 seconds down. He'll have a bit of PTSD from cars exiting the pits. He has managed to survive. The irony here, though, Serrell is going to be much quicker than both of these cars, although that was a very quick turnaround. So the fresh tyres very quickly applied to the car, and you can see just how much of a difference that makes. Bahadur now pit lap. Yeah, so there we go. That's when the drivers that have pitted. Lap 9 for Lewis, lap 8 for Sanders and Hutchins, and lap 32 there for Serrell. That is, as I say, his second pit stop. Let's see what Rob Tilley's doing though. He's got Jay Stern, who has dropped down the order a bit on where he started. Oh no, sorry, my apologies. Stern is actually up 4 spots on where he started. Of course, he made that big charge right at the start of the race. Oh, Brendan Johnson's come into the pits and he's picked up a black flag. I did say we'd see some pit lane violations, and there is the first one. Just short of a third of the way through the race until he goes up the inside on Jay Stern. Is he going to manage to hold this one? It does look like he's got the preferred line, and he does just about make the move stick, although Stern hanging well and truly in there on that outside line. The two of them still absolutely photo finish, nose by nose here. Yeah, no, he's backed right out with that one until he gets the position secured. But yeah, Brendan Johnson, he's picked himself up a drive-through penalty, so he's in the pits at the moment. He's going to be straight back in and straight back through the pits after breaching the speed limit on the way in. I did mention at the start that this is a tricky course. We will expect to see safety cars and yellow flags and black flags as well. Matthew Serrell lighting the timing towers alight. He's just clocked a 23.700, fastest lap of the race so far. So his tyres coming right into the window. So too Lucas Blake's though. Look at the gap he's now got. Bahadur was absolutely destroying the gap between the two of them, and now seems to be going pretty slowly. In fact, 25.1. As we see Johnson coming out of the pits. That's put him 2 laps down. So there you can see on the track map there, the cars fairly well spread out. 9th, 10th and 11th, the cars that are a lap down, the only ones that are really close to one another at the moment, with Matthew Serrell looking to make a move, and he gets that one done on Daniel Hutchins. Hutchins going at a fairly pedestrian pace there through the corner. Serrell making it look like he's standing still, although Serrell on fresh tyres. It's going to be running. Now we've seen some interesting pit strategies, and Serrell can make them work. So it'll be interesting to see when everyone else comes in, because he's already been in twice. So he's on the fresher boots. So he really needs to make the most of those at the moment. Lucas Blake is certainly making the most of the space that he's got up at the front of the field. He's now 3.8 seconds ahead. So big gaps forming. Blake is threatening to run away with this one and looking to get himself a huge lead by the halfway mark. Let's see what the lap times are looking like. 23.8 for his quickest, and there of course his last lap there, 25.1. So you can see how much the pace drops off as soon as the tyres start to go. Oops. Double readout there. But yeah, on his last lap there, he was still 25 seconds, which is 2 seconds slower than the fastest lap, but still 7/10 quicker than Buhagiar, who's now 4.9 behind. There's Jason Hutchins coming into the pits, so we've got more drivers coming in and out to take their pit stop. Oh, and we've got a yellow flag. We've got a yellow flag, and this looks like a big one. Seems like Brendan Johnson is involved. We've got a couple of replays to go through here. Oh, yeah, back of the... Oh, wow. Oh, back of the car goes. He gets a tank slapper. We've got cars trying to take avoided action. And yeah, that's Ryan Llewellyn, an unwitting entrant into this one. You can see he comes down the corner. Absolutely, no place to go as the two cars ahead end up nose to nose. And that is how easily it can all go wrong. We've also had Rob Tilley involved in this one as well. Yeah, he had no place to go either. Matthew Serra managed to sneak his way through as these cars try and right themselves. All kinds of smoke and oil getting sprayed over the track. Jay Stern was involved as well, yet he's trying to sneak his way into the pits. Oh. Stern actually made his way past. Oh, yeah, Serral, absolute ninja reflexes. That's this week's style points decided, I think. I think that is safe to say now. Who is going to come into the pits? The race leader, Lucas Blake, does come in. In fact, everyone's come in. Got a couple of meatballs. Oh, Tilley and Johnson, yeah, both given meatball flags. There is Matthew Serral. Yeah, so that is Serral. Back up to 6th place, and he's coming into the pits again. Wow. Matthew Serral coming back into the pits. Incredible. Race leader Lucas Blake. That is quite the tongue twister when said at pace. But yeah, Lucas Blake, our race leader, now mixed right in with the field. There's Rob Tilley. Oh, exiting the pits as someone else is trying to enter the pits, I believe. That is Ryan Llewellyn, or did Llewellyn just lose sight of where he was going there? I think he did, ever so slightly. It's all happening so far. It is all happening so far. Cars, yeah, the running order is going to be absolutely all over the place. Has this thrown a lifeline for Buhagiar to try and encroach on Blake's lead? We'll see when the safety car comes in. There's Matthew Serral looking to retake his position. Jason Hutchins, Rob Tilley, Jay Stern and Brendan Johnson all currently a lap down. We'll see if Hutchins gets the wave around. That's the 50th lap reached and breached. We're 10 away from the halfway mark. We've already seen cars coming in several times, as you can see there. Matthew Serrell, he's on a 3-stopper so far. Yeah, that's some run. Still comfortably in the top 10 after 3 pit stops. Jay Stern on 2. Everyone else has taken at least 1 pit stop so far. And there we go, we are green flag racing once again. And it is not the smoothest start for Nicholas Heath. Damien Coates goes right round the outside. Lewis Behager right in the mix as well. He could take advantage of what's going on ahead of him and try and get himself back up. Of course, the battle that we're seeing on screen does involve Serrell and Hutchins as well. They are a lap down, and it is a battle for the lead that we've got. Lewis Behager comes fighting straight back. Lucas Blake, they've been brought together by the safety car, and they are going to be stuck together thanks to their ability to lap this course quicker than anyone else. Nicholas Heath is still in the hunt. Quite a few tongue twisters today, even for a Scotsman. But certainly Heath is well in contention here and could be a fly in the ointment for these two. Looking to bring the race win. We're on board with championship leading Lewis Behager chasing main championship rival and protagonist Lucas Blake. He's having a look up at the inside line. The two of them going to be on similar tyres. Oh, they're on the same tyre there. Lewis looking to make it down onto the inside line, not quite able to make that one stick. He's now got Heath closer to him than he is to Lucas Blake. In fact, let's have a look and see. There is Heath there. So it's a right rear racing 1 and 3 at the moment. Sorry, first, third and fourth that they've got. Heath just dropping a little bit of pace there to the 2 cars ahead, so it's back to these 2 up front. Oh, Rob Tilley has just done himself a bit of an off-track excursion by the look of it. It does seem to still be running okay. Quite a few of the cars now a lap down. Why is that still showing? There we go. But this is the battle for the lead. They've been brought back together. That gap was at 4 seconds. The yellow flag has absolutely eradicated that. Let's see what these two can do up at the front. Ryan Llewellyn looking for a move on Matthew Serrell as well. These drivers all a lap down. Yeah, so just checking the timings. But yeah, they are a lap down on the field, so this battle up at the front really is where it is at. Although, yeah, Llewellyn and Serrell still going in. Serrell with 3 pit stops so far. The first one on lap number 6. And he is back up to 7th place, and he's looking to make that 6 at the expense of Michael Sanders. Sorry, no, that's not Sanders directly ahead of him. Oh, it's Nicholas Heath in 3rd. Yes, so Matthew Serrell in 7th. He's got Nicholas Heath in 3rd just ahead of him. He does look to be the quicker out of those two. And speaking of quick, Behager within half a second. Llewellyn, it's saying within a 10th. Matthew Serrell. So yeah, these two are battling away. While they've got one of the podium serves. Serrell looking to unlap himself. In fact, they're both looking to unlap themselves. Might not be a bad idea for Heath to let them through and use the slipstream from these two to try and catch up to the 2 ahead, because they are starting to run away with it. They've got 1.2 seconds back to Heath already, as Serrell and Llewellyn still going at it. Llewellyn not able to get the move done at the moment as Serrell tries to tiptoe his way past. Yeah, nothing doing for Llewellyn at the moment. Searle's still trying to get his... still trying to unlap himself, so it's a tricky position for him to be in. He's definitely looking the quicker out of the three cars that are on screen at the moment, but he does find himself sandwiched in the middle, and the car ahead is a lap up. Pulls to that inside line once again. He's just taking that middle line, trying to save some tyres as well, no doubt. Trying to extend the stint as much as possible, given the many safety cars we've seen so far. I don't think it's too far out of the realms of possibility to see a few more. We've reached and breached the halfway mark of the race here for round number 5 of the Tasman Racing League Oval Season 2. Oh, Season 1 was absolutely electric, and Season 2 shaping up the same way. Our championship leader still running in second place. He's had 3 wins from 4 so far this season. He is certainly clocking for a podium here today, but it is Lucas Blake who's looking to right the wrongs of the opening of the season, bring himself home a race win. Qualified in third, currently leading the race, and he's led for several of the laps. He's got himself out in front, and he absolutely has not looked back since he had. And he's got another tenth or two on behind. I'll tell you what, Blake really has got this track absolutely dialed in. Yeah, we'll jump on board and get a look at the line that he has taken. Oh, Llewellyn and Searle, are they going to swap spots as we're on board here? No, they are not. Daniel Hutchins coming under pressure from Michael Sanders. Oh, confirmation as well, Brendan Johnson is out of the race. We lost him on lap 45 after a second incident. And yeah, he has retired to the pits as we're on board with our race leader and see exactly how this Iowa Speedway course is supposed to be driven. Although I'm not sure how you can call this a speedway. The drivers very rarely getting up to max speed. This is the fastest part of the course, and then straight into the bank, and once again you can hear those tyres squeal. I hope. I certainly can. And again on the bank and across the start finish line. There is the tyre squeal. The closer to that white line you go, the more those tyres on the outside will squeal and wear their way through. As we're already approaching the 70 lap mark, he has got himself Michael Sanders now ahead of him. Sanders looking to get a move done on Daniel Hutchins, while the race leader is looking to close in and put another lap up. That's the pace difference that Blake has got around here. He really has mastered this course. And the rest of the field are lagging behind big time here. He is running away with it. He's going to be delighted with the opening stages here. And he is building a gap. We had to pass Coates and Heath, yep, so that was a moment or two ago. But yeah, 70 laps in, it is Lucas Blake leading the way by 2 seconds. Lewis Buhagiar in second place. Nicholas Heath running in third. Damien Coates in fourth. Then it's Hutchins in fifth. Sanders in sixth. Matthew Searle in seventh position, still fending off the advances of Ryan Llewellyn in eighth place. There's Jason Hutchins in ninth. Rob Tilley, unfortunately for him, down in 10th place. With Jay Stern bringing up the rear of the active field. He's in 11th position. Johnson and De Bono both out of the race. It's looking close in a couple of spots. It's absolutely not looking close up at the front though. And he's cleared all the traffic as well. So Lewis Buhagiar, as you can see, he's just about to try and make his way through this traffic that Blake has already managed to navigate. So Blake really does have a huge advantage at the moment. And he is going to look to press that. And he'll be out for quite a few more laps before he comes into the pits. Of course, he last pitted there on lap 47. So if anything, touch wood, if there's no more yellow flags, he'll be looking to come in just before the 100 mark and make it a 20 lap sprint to the end on some nice fresh tyres. Although being out in the lead might be a bit of a poison chalice because Buhagiar pitted at the same time as him. So he may well have to stay out that bit longer just to make sure he can counter anything that Buhagiar may try and pull. Because if Buhagiar stays out, there we go. That makes his way past Sanders. Here comes Nicholas Heath as well. In fact, Nicholas Heath is looking pretty quick here as well. He's got himself very much back in touch with Buhagiar. So the podium battle's gone from first and second to second and third. As Sanders makes his way past Llewellyn there in the background. We'll stay on board here though to watch two of the three podium drivers battling away, and it's Buhagiar that is under pressure. Heath looking to apply said pressure and get himself up to second, while Lucas Blake is once again absolutely running away with it. I'm not sure if Blake had a problem in qualifying, but the pace he's showing is, oh, and Buhagiar's had a problem. He's on a little bit wide there. That little touch of the wall that has brought Heath right back in. That's 4/10 of a second instantly lost. And here comes Matthew Serrell looking to unlap himself. So Serrell, who we know to be one of the quickest drivers, oh, and that's another wobble by Buhagiar. Another wobble on the corner exit there for Buhagiar, and up his Nicholas Heath up into second place. That is not the overtaking the podium positions I was expecting to see at this stage, but here we are in Buhagiar, and now finds himself in third. Perhaps he was listening and felt he was being a bit selfish winning so many races so far this season. Thought he'd let another few of the drivers get themselves on the podium. Of course he didn't think that. He is an absolute winner. Much like all the other drivers on the track, they're all out here to win. But Buhagiar certainly losing pace, so I'm not sure if he's got some residual damage, because that was a big contact he had earlier under yellow flag, completely lost the nose of the car. His only saving grace was it happened at right at the corner exit, or sorry, right at the pit entrance, and he's just had another wiggle there on the corner exit, which is what my brain was trying to clarify there. But he has had another bit of an incident, and Matthew Serrell is looking much quicker than him at the moment, and could well look to unlap himself, which he has done. So he's put it past, and there is Michael Sanders looking to do the same thing. Is Buhagiar carrying some damage? Let's see what his steering wheel does. Yeah, no, that looks pretty well aligned. So yeah, oh, and he's just touched the wall again. Buhagiar has just had himself a touch into the wall. That is going to let Sanders and Llewellyn pass. Oh, not quite actually. So he's recovered from the touch on the wall, but it has let Sanders pass. So Sanders now finds himself one of the podium drivers, separating him from Ryan Llewellyn. We're charging our way through this. We're already on lap number 82, so less than 40 laps to go. Goodness bless me. You'd think it was summer with a hay fever at the moment. Oh, Blake and Heath leading the way. We're on board with Ryan Llewellyn, and that is our podium sitting Lewis Buhagiar that's on his outside line there. And he's gone past him. He's actually gone past him as well. So Buhagiar, that's not a points paying position that he's lost there, but he is losing track position to the slower cars, or certainly the cars that are a lap down. He's got Ryan Llewellyn now on his outside. He's going to retake that position. Michael Sanders applying pressure meanwhile to Matthew Serrell. Again, they've got Nicholas Heath just ahead of them, so lots of blue flag interaction. 84 laps in, and all the while Lucas Blake completely unfazed. Yeah, Blake completely unfazed and absolutely flying up at the front. He has got a monstrous gap over the rest of the field, 5.3 seconds Absolutely no doubt whatsoever which of the drivers out in the field has absolutely mastered this course. It's such a tricky course. To be an oval specialist really is a very, very unique set of skills. And Blake putting them all on display today. Nicholas Heath in second place, championship leading Lewis Bihajer. Still looking to finish on the podium. But he's going to need to get a wriggle on because Damien Coates is closing in. Right Rear Racing looking to get all three drivers on the podium if they can. And they tell you, with the way the race is going, it could well be the case. Yeah, and interestingly as well, all three drivers for Right Rear Racing have improved by 2 positions. Bihajer and Searle both dropping down. And of course Rob Tilley down in 10th place. He's dropped 5 on where he started. Sanders and Llewellyn both making positive improvements on their race so far. And running in very quick order at the minute. Sanders, in fact, is moving a bit quicker than Matthew Searle. No, he's not. He's just lost a bit of time there on the corner exit. So easy to do. We're still on board. Keeping an eye on Damien Coates, who is keeping a close eye on Lewis Bihajer ahead of him. And we can see from the back of Bihajer's car the sight that he's got. As we've said, he's down 2 positions on where he started. And Damien Coates is looking to eject him from the podium. He's now within 7/10 of a second. That is 90 laps done and dusted. We've only got 30 laps left to go. It's amazing. What was that? 3 or 4 pits? 3 safety cars in the opening 30 laps. 47 laps. We'll now find ourselves with the longest uninterrupted stint of the race. And I tell you, Bihajer's podium run could well be interrupted here because Damien Coates is destroying the gap. Look at that Mustang go. So yeah, I do wonder if Bihajer is potentially... Oh, now he could well be tyre saving here as well. Is he trying to run to the end of the race, hoping that Blake and Heath are going to take themselves another podium? If he is tyre saving, he's going to need to figure out how to do it a bit quicker because Damien Coates has absolutely got himself in the mix here. That's another 25.2 second lap from Blake as Matthew Searle does a 25.1 as Damien Coates has a look up the inside, and he has in fact got the move done. Damien Coates gets himself onto the podium. Bihajer down to 4th position. Oh, and he's almost right into the back there. Yeah, a bit of bump draft. Use that slipstream. They really are going to have to work together if they're going to catch up to the podium, although Coates sees 2 of his teammates ahead of him, so he might be keen just to sit in 3rd position and fend off Bihajer. This is really playing into the hands of Lucas Blake. Needs as many points, as many positions, between himself and Bihajer as possible to try and get himself back into contention for this championship. We've got 5 rounds still to go. We've got the mid-season classic to come as well, and then 5 rounds of racing. Now who? Oh, that was Jason Hutchins. He's just gone past. So yeah, that's a lap car going past. Let's have a look at our race leader. We've hardly seen him since the start. The Mountain Dew livery absolutely flying round this course. That's another 25.4. His consistency around here has been absolutely incredible, considering the tyre wear around this course. To be lapping within a 10th or 2 really is not too bad. Just to say that, Bihajer with a 26.2. So he is definitely losing pace. Can't see any damage on the car. I can only assume there is a bit of damage. Maybe he didn't change tyres in the pit stop. Yeah, no, there's not many drivers that would come out the pits and not change tyres, getting the fresh boots. Oh, and he's just touched the wall again. And he's had a bit of a wiggle trying to straighten the car out. I do think he's carrying damage. You don't often see Lewis making this many... I mean, I don't even want to call them mistakes, but he's touched the wall on the corner exit several times. Oh, and there we go, another touch on the wall. Oh, and he's almost lost it there, throwing it in towards the apex. So tough race for Bahadjar so far. That is 98 laps done and dusted. Look at the speed of Lucas Blake around this course. Absolutely no quarter given nor asked by our race leader. Looking to get himself onto the top spot on the podium for the first time this season, and it would be a glorious win if he brings this one home. He's 7.3 seconds ahead of his closest rival on track, and he is almost 16 seconds ahead of Bahadjar. Those 3 extra positions are going to bring him in some good points. He's got Rob Tilley in 10th. Tilley now bringing up the rear as Jay Stern is also out with the race. I didn't notice that one, apologies, but yes, Stern is out with the race as well as the rest of the field. Absolutely flying. That's frozen. Will it work? There we go. Yeah, so Stern and Johnson out. De Bono didn't actually start the race for some reason. I'm not sure. Yeah, just having a look, nothing in the chat I can see from De Bono, so I'm not sure what's going on there. So Blake, yeah, absolutely running away with this one. 103 laps deep, 17 left to go. Is he going to come in and take another pit stop? At the moment, I think he's kind of in no man's land. I think he's going to have to stay out unless he sees the drivers behind coming in, because obviously they could then try and stay out. It is a quick turnaround in the pits, and we've seen what the fresh tyres can do in the right hands, and certainly fresh tyres in the hand of Lucas Blake would be the right hands. He has been absolutely dominant here today, and a bit of tyre saving may well see. Let's see what his lap times are like. Yeah, still in the mid-25s. I think it's actually still Matthew Serrell that's got the fastest lap of the race with that 23.6. Serrell's already been at the pits 3 times, of course, with that pit stop on lap 6 under yellow flag. He was the only driver to come in. I'd love to know if he thought he would be the only one to come in. I did think we'd see more of the cars come in. Clearly shows what I know, and proof eternal that I absolutely need to stay behind the microphone and not get out one track. I'd have been straight in the pits. Probably down at the back of the grid. There is Rob Tilley in the foreground, being chased down by a race leader. And not only that, that is Lewis Bahadjar that Lucas Blake is catching up to. So not only is Lucas leading the way and put 3 positions between himself and Bahadjar, he's actually catching up. Yeah, Bahadjar has massively got a problem. It's not often you see him get lapped. As he pulls over, puts up 0 fight there at all, just gets himself right out of the way. So I do think Bahadjar is carrying himself some kind of damage. Yeah, I do think he's carrying some kind of damage. Obviously I can't see anything in the chat. Let's see what Matthew Serrell is saying out on track. There's Matthew Serrell there. Oh, and he is caught up to Bahadjar as well. It's going from bad to worse in the closing stage. We are most very firmly in the closing stages. 11 laps left to go. And that is Buhagiar being overtaken by Matthew Serrell, who took that early pit stop. And that looks to be paying dividends. Oh, his tyres do sound a bit squealy. Oh, and that is a whole lot of steering to the left, actually. Yeah, he definitely has a problem with the steering. Yeah, so Buhagiar definitely carrying damage, and it does look like it's on the front suspension or something that's affecting the steering rack, because that is way more left-hand steer than you would expect. Oh, and he's picked up a meatball. Buhagiar has picked up a meatball, so that is going to be a trip into the pits as Nicholas Heath puts a lap upon him as well. So he's lost a position and a lap to the podium drivers ahead of him, and he's going to have to come into the pits. I tell you what, if Lucas Blake woke up this morning and someone said to him, Lucas, what is the ideal scenario for tonight's race, he could not have scripted this any better. Yeah, plan number one for Lucas at the start of the race is obviously get the race win. Plan number two is hope that Buhagiar finishes as far down the order as possible, and that is coming through for him right now. Buhagiar now joins the rest of the lap. Oh, and he's really trying to fire that car out. He's going to have to be careful. I'll tell you what, that was a whole lot of pressing on the loud pedal. And yeah, irony of ironies, he's come out the pits right behind Lucas Blake, race leader. Blake knows he's on fresh tyres. He's just got himself quickly out of the way there. Does not want involved in any late shenanigans whatsoever, as Michael Sanders comes in for a late pit. Rob Tilley as well. Rob Tilley, therefore, will gain a position. So Tilley gaining a position in the closing stages. Iowa Speedway, I'll tell you, once you've raced here, you do not forget it. That's probably because of the PTSD it causes. Nothing for Lucas Blake to worry about though. He's got 4 laps left to go. Just needs to keep this between the mayo and the mustard. Buhagiar has just taken a position from Jason Hutchins, so he's on some late race damage limitation. Oh, he's got a car crossing the pit line there. That might actually be a black flag. No. Nope, survived. Didn't come into the pits, just came past the pit entrance. Sanders and Tilley swapping spots. Where is that going on? There's Sanders. There is Tilley. Tilley looks like he's about to be lapped by Matthew Serrell. Serrell back up to 4th position, of course. He started in 2nd. As Rob Tilley, gratuitous livery time. Let's get some gratuitous Lucas Blake time though, shall we? There he is there. He's not got long left to go as Daniel Hutchins comes into the pits. So Daniel Hutchins comes in with 2 laps left to go. And there is Lucas Blake. He's letting the rest of the field go past. And what's going on there? Oh, is he on a slowdown? He's lost 2 seconds in one corner. Now, is he full on tyre saving here? I think he is. Or has he picked up damage? Has he clipped the wall? There's certainly nothing on the telemetry to suggest. Oh my goodness me, is Lucas Blake running out of fuel? Lucas Blake is running out of fuel. This is not the end into the race that he predicted. He has got Nicholas Heath closing in on him. Right Rear Racing are looking to take all 3 podium spots, but it's going to be Nicholas Heath. Or is he going to push Blake to the end? They've both slowed down massively. Heath hugely playing the team game here. Massive respect to Heath. he is going to give Blake the race win. The two of them are going to go in procession. In fact, all three... Oh no, are they doing a Ford? Are they doing a Ford at Le Mans? Is this an advertising shot for the team? They've got the white flag. They're going to cross the line. Here comes Bihajar. Oh, he's at the slam on the brakes to avoid him, and it is the checkered flag taken by Blake, Heath and Coates. Right Rear Racing taking all three spots on the podium. Yeah, and a whole lot of teamwork going on there to ensure that Blake did win. Now, I'm not sure if he was running out of fuel or if he was just going for a photo finish there. Ryan Llewellyn's picked up a meatball flag on the last lap. Iowa Speedway combined with Tasman Racing League, non-stop action right to the end of the race. It's Blake from Heath, from Coates, from Searle, from Ryan Llewellyn, who has got a meatball. He might drop down the order. We'll get the results up in a moment as I try and get my head around that finish, and we will of course be quizzing the drivers in the commentary box momentarily. Well, there we go. What an end that was. Let's get the actual race results. There we go. Lucas Blake wins by 0.06 of a second. That is quite the ending there. Nicholas Heath massively playing the team game at the end there. Well, yeah, we'll find out in the commentary box. Was that a photo finish? Or did Heath back up to give Blake the win? And Damien Coates, of course, making it 3 for 3 for Right Rear Racing on the podium. Matthew Searle in 4th, Ryan Llewellyn in 5th, Lewis Bihajar, championship leader, 2 laps down in 6th position. Michael Sanders in 7th, Jason Hutchins in 8th, and Rob Tilley with the bonus style points for the great, although no, Matthew Searle's Ninja Avoidance. Definitely getting the style points this week, but Tilley very close with that livery. Daniel Hutchins 6 laps down. Stern, Johnson and De Bono all out of the race. And what an absolute race that was. We are joined in the commentary box now by the podium drivers. Let me just see if we can't get them up on screen. No, that's not working either. Bear with us a second, folks. And there we go with the championship standings up on screen. We'll start with our race winner, I think, Lucas Blake. Welcome in. Congratulations on the win. That was quite the race and quite the interesting end there. Was that a team photo finish, or was that the rest of Right Rear Racing playing the team game and helping you win that race?
That was all intentional at the end. We came up with that idea about 5 or 6 laps from the end of the race. We realized we were the only 3 cars left on the lead lap, and we were like, hey, you want to have the Ford versus Ferrari moment? Because it's like, realistically, yep. I think that's the first time in league history that 3 cars from the same team have locked out the podium in any series, and who knows how long it's going to be till it happens again, if ever. So I figured we make the most of it, and the guys were on board with it, so it was really cool to do. Got the photo op.
Yeah, I did mention that as one of my guesses, whether that was the Ford v Ferrari moment, and it was nice to see. As far as the race went, though, Lucas, I don't imagine it could have went any better for you there. You seem to control that from the front. To say that you're an Iowa Speedway specialist, I think is going to be somewhat of an understatement. At one point, you were about 8 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Did you expect tonight's race to go this way, especially after qualifying, well, not on the top spot?
To be honest, I did not know if I was going to make the race tonight. I kept getting into the session, and then my internet would immediately disconnect, and I'd get booted with download packet loss, and I'd have to come back in. And I only made it in with about 2 minutes left in qualifying, and then I messed up the lap. But when I messed up the lap and still got third, I knew I had pace, but I thought that Lewis and Matthew were going to be better on the long runs than I was, because I didn't have a chance to practice too much long run racing. So I'm just I'm really happy they weren't, obviously, and I'm happy that I finally figured out the Xfinity car tire saving a little bit.
Right, yeah, I did wonder about the tyre saving as well, because that was a long stint you had at the end there. How were the tyres coming towards the end of that race?
They got bad at the end. I feel like for most of the race, it wasn't too bad. I feel like it was definitely the best tire management I've managed to do in that car. It didn't really feel like it was plowing until about 10 laps to go. And then it started to get bad, but it was like, okay, just get through it. Don't hit the wall, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, that is a phenomenal race win. And as I said, if you scripted the race before the start, couldn't have gone much better with championship leader Lewis Buhagiar finishing down the order. We've got Talladega in 2 weeks. Next time we're going to be racing for points, but of course next time out it's the Nordschleife. Hard to say with a straight face in these cars. How are you looking forward to that one, Lucas? You put it on the calendar, so I'm assuming you're some kind of sick and twisted in the head?
Yeah, it's mid-season classic. We did Bathurst last year. I had to figure out a way to follow up Bathurst. Not sure how we're going to follow it up next season. Mount Washington looks cool, or maybe a dirt race. Yeah, Nordschleife, I think I'm going to have a ton of fun and get last. And then Talladega. Talladega's going to be a lot of fun. I hear there's a cash prize on the line for that one, so that'll be interesting.
Ooh, nice. I might race that myself. But yeah, Lucas, listen, congratulations. I did say you had a great season last season, not been the best start to this season, but it could be the ship has been right at the good win here at Iowa at the halfway mark, laying down a marker for the second half. So best of luck. Well, huge congratulations with today's win, and best of luck for the rest of the season, my man.
Hey, yeah, thank you. Thanks for doing the broadcast, putting everything on. It's been great. So looking forward to the second half.
Oh yeah, it's an absolute treat being here in the front row. But there was Lucas Blake, of course, starting on the front row and finishing on the top spot with the rest of his team. Right rear racing, of course, second place at Nicholas Heath. Bit of an up and down race for Nicholas in that one, but a solid second place and a phenomenal photo op at the end there, Nicholas. How was that race for you? It looks like a whole lot of fun out there at Iowa.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I thought I overachieved in qualifying, but then promptly threw away my second lap, so first lap was all I could go forward with. But I was just happy just to go around, kind of be slow into the corners, smooth out, and just do lap after lap and just finish the race. I wasn't expecting to run so high for pretty much the whole race, and yeah, it was just didn't matter what happened. I was just trying to get some points, but yeah, it was quite the finish, and yeah, kind of all of us spent most of the race trying to figure out what Lewis was doing, because he's usually pretty quick in these things. So yeah.
Yeah, I do think that Lewis had damage. We jumped on board and he was steering. He had the wheel almost round at 6 o'clock just to get the car left a bit. So I think Lewis was carrying a bit of damage there. But certainly it didn't affect you guys' race. How did you find the pit strategy? I mean, we had, 4 safety cars in the first 47 laps and then not another one. Were you expecting another safety car, and did the lack of a further safety car change your strategy in any way? Because the tyres, they must have been getting pretty close to the rim by the end of that race there.
Well, before the beginning of the race, because Lucas was on ahead of me, and I was like, I'm just going to follow what he does. If he pits, old pit, because I have no idea of strategy in ovals. I just follow the pack basically. But
up and race, good lad.
Yeah, and the tyres honestly felt, pretty good at the end, because I think I was just focused on, easy entry into the corners and just smooth out. So I wasn't really overusing the tyres, I guess. But again, I have no oval tyre strategy to speak of. I just be as gentle as I can, I guess.
Yeah, and speaking of being as gentle as you can, it's the Nordschleife next week. Lucas picked that track, we didn't. How are you feeling ahead of Nordschleife and then Talladega?
Oh, well, it's going to be... I hope it goes well. I mean, I did did the Ringmeister series with the Indy Lights car last week, and that's just full-on concentration. And I think this is going to be even more with no downforce or mechanical grip. So we shall see. But I might have to get the rest of the tracks for the ovals because I don't think I have them since I'm overachieving, and so now I'm forcing myself to buy the tracks again. So we'll see.
Good lad. Yeah, love to hear it. Well, you've absolutely been a contender, so make sure you're here for the rest of the season. Will we see another Right Rear Racing podium lockout? It's certainly on the cards after the way the three you drove today. But Nicholas, congratulations on the podium. Well played, and a beautiful photo op at the end there. Ford v Ferrari created at Iowa. Love to see it, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Cool, thanks, cheers.
There we go, that was Nicholas Heath, of course, finishing in second place. We've certainly lost the names on the screen, but I can assure you it is Damien Coates that we've now got in the commentary box, of course, finishing in third. Oh, there we go, a little bit of echo coming back, but hopefully that's not coming through. Neither is Damien's name. Apologies, Damien, we can't seem to get your name up on screen, but it is definitely yourself in here. So, how was that race for you? I mean, third place. At one point, it didn't massively look like it was on the cars. We saw some chopping and changing through the pit stop phases. How did you feel the race went for you today?
I don't think expectation has matched or unmatched reality so far. I was not confident coming into this. Practice didn't go well. So I just decided to really try and turtle around as caution-free as possible, and seems like it worked with the tyres. So I didn't have anyone around me the whole race, which was pretty handy because I wasn't dicing with anyone. I could just concentrate on turning laps, and it worked out pretty well. So I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I would say so. And given the strategy, again, I'm going to have to ask, because Iowa is a difficult course to get round. The tyre management round here is all important, and it was a long final stint that you drivers did with Lucas leading the way. That was close to 80 laps on the tyres. How was it towards the end of the race?
I think I'd actually done a better job than the other guys because I was catching Lucas and Nick towards the ends. I wouldn't have caught them anyway, regardless of our photo op. But yeah, mine had a little bit of push, but they weren't too bad. So maybe I'm better at this time management stuff than I think I am.
Yeah, give yourself a bit more credit. And yeah, tyre management is going to be up there next week for the Nordslife, but it is the mid-season classic next week. How are you looking forward to driving a car with very little mechanical grip, very little grip at all, no aerodynamics to speak of whatsoever, around the most difficult track in the world, affectionately known as Green Hell?
Oh, and sadly, I will be on holiday, so I will not be there, but I'll be back for Dega. So looking forward to Talladega. That's 50-50, could go either way at Talladega.
Yeah.
I've won at Daytona last year in the trucks, and I got taken out this year, the first race, so we'll see how we go. But it's always fun, so.
Yeah, that didn't sound like genuine sadness you were going to be missing the Nordslife there, Damien. We might have to have a little Stewards.
Not really. I'll be watching. Yeah. But I think it's going to be carnage.
Yes.
I put money on Lewis. Let's say that.
Yes, I would say, yeah, Lewis is definitely one of the ones to watch for next week. But yeah, congratulations on today's podium. Well done for the team, Right Rear Racing, locking out the podium and a phenomenal photo finish. I'd wish you the best of luck for Northside, but enjoy the holiday, and we'll see you back for Talladega.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for the coverage once again.
Yeah, listen, thank you for having us on board. We absolutely love it. It doesn't get much better, but there we go, folks. That is the podium sitters, all of them, from, of course, Right Rear Racing, taking the top 3 spots. An incredible team performance and a beautiful photo op at the end. But that is Iowa. That is 5 rounds done and dusted. And as I've mentioned, we're off to the Nordslife next time out. So make sure you get tuned in for that one. Of course, we've still got Talladega, Chicago to come as well. They're all still on the calendar. Martinsville, Echo Park, and Michigan will round out the series. So make sure you get tuned in for that. That is all we have time for this week, though. Thanks to everyone that has tuned in. We've seen a few people in the chat as well. Lucek's in there, Davey Carney. Thanks to everyone that's liked and subscribed on the TrackSpotTV channel. We love covering these leagues, and having you guys out there supporting just makes it all the better. So thank you to everyone that is out there watching and enjoying. We'll be back though, don't worry. Don't have to wait till next week. Tomorrow, same time, same place. We will be back for the Tasman Racing League Road Series. It will be myself who will be in the co-coms role, and Ewan, the legend O'Leary, will be leading us through the action, so make sure you get tuned in for that. But until then, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.